Look the part, play the part. Yakko sponsors Vanarama National League on BT Sport.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Vanarama National League highlight show on BT Sport. We've got a shorter show for you this week as 6 National League teams were in FA Trophy quarter-final action. But we've still got all the action and reaction to this weekend's fixtures. And we start with Forest Green Rovers, the only team in the top 4 in National League action this weekend. Another chance for Mark Cooper's men to close the gap on leaders Lincoln. Strugglers Woking made the trip to the new lawn and they presented their host with a gift 8 minutes before the break. Keeper Michael Pope fumbling straight to Keanu Marsh-Brown, who gleefully lashed in to break the deadlock. Gerry Hill's side drew level right on half-time and in some style. Joey Jones from fully 40 yards. His first goal since October. He can't have scored many better. The visitors began the day a point outside the relegation zone, but they took a shock lead in Gloucestershire. Top scorer Gozi Ugru heading home his 12th of the campaign 10 minutes after the interval. It's difficult to keep this Forest Green side out for long. Just 2 minutes later, Rovers leading marksman Christian Doidge registered his 17th of the season to make it 2-2. Cooper's players haven't failed to find the net in the league since early October. They were probing for their 3rd goal of the game and were given another chance from the penalty spot after Terrell Thomas bundled over Charlie Cooper. But Darren Carter fluffed his lines as Pope made amends for his earlier error. With 15 minutes to go, Cooper introduced Omar Bagil. The German striker made the desired impact, acrobatically steering past Pope to give Forest Green the lead with 2 minutes of normal time remaining. And with the clock ticking towards 92 minutes, Bagil chose not to go to the corner, but to curl in his second as he appeared to make the point safe. Back came Woking though, a towering header from Thomas in the 94th minute. But Forest Green hung on. The leading scorers in the division are now just 4 points off top spot.
I said to the boys after, if I wasn't involved, I'd love to come and watch that and pay to watch that. 7 goals, missed chances, missed penalties. Great game and we came out on top. I think we deserved to win.
Martin Allen was sacked as Eastleigh boss on Wednesday night following their 1-0 home defeat to Macclesfield. Allen was appointed in December but lasted only 84 days in charge of the big spending South Coast club, picking up just 1 league win in that period as Eastleigh's promotion hopes all but evaporated. Richard Hill has been placed in temporary charge until the end of the season, having only been appointed director of football on Wednesday. Hill had previously led Eastleigh to promotion into the National League back in 2015, but his second spell in charge got off to the worst possible start. Just 4 minutes had passed when the visitors' defence failed to clear their lines. The ball eventually dropped to the league's leading marksman Ricky Miller, who made no mistake in front of goal. Conceding early did spark a response from the away side, and they went close twice in quick succession. First, Craig McAllister failed to pick out James Constable at the back post, before Constable himself was unfortunate to see his shot fly narrowly over the bar. But the hosts extended their lead thanks to that man Miller, who saw his shot squirm past Ryan Clark in the Eastleigh goal. The decision not to cash in on the National League's top scorer in January is looking more inspired by the game. And with 10 minutes remaining, Miller completed his 4th hat-trick of the season when he wriggled past 2 Eastleigh defenders before finishing into the far corner, taking the strikers' league tally to 30 in the process. Dover remain in 5th and are once again in strong contention for the playoffs, but despite his star man's performance, boss Chris Kinnear was keen to stress the team effort.
It's not just a one-man show here. I mean, great for Rick, and just shows you he's not just resting on his laurels, but the rest of the team are doing the job as well and giving those opportunities.
Any concerns? Obviously, your team are at the bottom and at the top. Any concerns about?
If I've got any concerns, I'm not sharing them with you. But any concerns about not staying? No, not at all. But any other concerns, they're my concerns.
An 8 8-match unbeaten run has pushed Aldershot Town back into the thick of the action in the race for a playoff place. Gary Waddock's team took on mid-table Bromley, who had suffered back-to-back defeats. The hosts had the better of the first half, but took the lead in fortuitous circumstances. Nick Arnold was surely crossing rather than shooting, but he'll certainly take it. That's Arnold's first goal at this level. Aldershot's advantage was doubled on the stroke of half-time. Nothing lucky about Shamir Fenelon's finish, arrowing past Bromley keeper Billy Granger and into the bottom corner. Neil Smith's side didn't fare any better after the interval at the EBB Stadium. Just 2 minutes after the restart, Jake Gallagher added his name to the score sheet, the Shots scoring 3 times inside 10 minutes. The icing on the cake for Aldershot came with 7 minutes to go. Matt McClure firing in from 30 yards to seal a 4-0 victory. Aldershot keep pace with the top 5 as their manager paid tribute to his players.
Idris Kanu today, I thought, during the course of the first half was unplayable. He caused a lot of problems for them. And then you look at, I don't like, as you know, talking about individuals, but I can throw Jim Kellerman at you. He's come into the side, done well. Nick Arnold has been out for a period of time, has done very, very well. But as a group today, I thought we were very good.
It was back to reality for Sutton as they travelled to Torquay for their first game since their 5th round FA Cup tie with Premier League giants Arsenal. Paul Doswell's side were looking to get their league form back on track after their recent high-profile cup run. But it was an unfortunate start for the away side as Ross Warner was injured after only 3 minutes, the goalkeeper slipping whilst trying to save a long clearance from Jared Hodgkiss. Warner managed to stay on the pitch, but the knock clearly affected the former AFC Wimbledon man as a hopeful 40-yard effort from Luke Young bounced past the stricken goalkeeper. That forced Doswell to make a change, but with reserve keeper Wayne Shaw's much publicised exit from the club, it was left to right-back Simon Downer to take the gloves. Rory Deacon was Sutton's standout performer in the cup tie against Arsenal, and he continued his good form by grabbing the visitors' equaliser on the half-hour mark, smashing home his 8th goal of the season in all competitions. 1 win in 8 meant Torquay were hovering just above the drop zone at the start of play, but they retook the lead moments after half-time when Craig Eastman headed into the path of Brett Williams, who slotted his shot past makeshift keeper Downer. Sutton responded for the second time just a minute later, Maxime Biamou looping in a header to score his 4th of the campaign. With 10 minutes remaining, the visitors' efforts paid dividends when Dean Beckwith rose highest to head home Nicky Bailey's free kick and secure all 3 points. The victory moves Sutton up to 16th. Torquay are now just a point from safety.
Hugely disappointed. Disappointed in the players themselves today. Their goalkeeper going off almost seemed to hurt us because it looked like we thought it was too easy for 20 minutes. Switched off, totally went away from all the stuff we'd talked about, all the stuff we'd worked on. And in the end, we just shot ourselves in the foot.
A real 6-pointer in prospect at Nethermoor Park. Guiseley in 19th, facing bottom of the table North Ferriby United. Could Steve Howsham's visitors pull their host back into the relegation dogfight? The early signs pointed to a comfortable day for Adam Lockwood's side. Will Hatfield swivelling and shooting past Rory Watson within a quarter of an hour. 1-0 Guiseley at half-time. North Ferriby had scored just 19 goals in their previous 34 league games. But it's a wonder why when they have players capable of this. Reece Thompson's effort completely deceiving goalkeeper John Maxted for an extraordinary equaliser. The game's major talking point came with 20 minutes to play, and it was that man Thompson involved again. Guiseley captain Danny Lowe lost his temper, hauling Thompson to the ground before continuing his conversation with North Ferriby's leading marksman. Guiseley were unbeaten in 10 home matches, but that run was in major jeopardy as Lowe was shown a straight red card. The home side reduced to 10 men. Howsham's team had suffered 4 defeats in a row, but they had beaten Guiseley back in August. And they completed a league double when defender Jake Skelton swept in with 4 minutes to go to score his first career goal. 3 precious points for North Ferriby, who lift themselves off the bottom of the table.
Just one defeat in their last 7 matches has given Wrexham a glimmer of hope that they could make a late surge for the playoff places, something that looked unlikely when Dean Keats took over back in October. They faced an inconsistent Solihull, who sat safely in mid-table, but it was the away side who were given a golden opportunity to take an early lead when Solihull defender Christian Green was penalised for handball. Anthony Barry was the man who stepped up to put away the penalty. That's only his 2nd of the season, with both goals coming from the spot. It was an opening 45 minutes that the visitors dominated. Isel McLeod came close to doubling the advantage, but he saw his free kick crash off the bar. Liam MacDonald's side created few opportunities, and their hopes of claiming something from the contest all but ended when Jack Byrne was red-carded for an off-the-ball clash with Russell Penn. With the home side down to 10 men, Wrexham claimed their first away win in 9 matches and their first under manager Dean Keats.
Two teams desperate for form met on Merseyside. Third from bottom Southport were without a win in 5 and still searching for a first victory under new manager Andy Priest. Chester sit comfortably in mid-table but had lost 4 games in a row. It was John McCarthy's men who came closest to breaking the deadlock as Tom Shaw's strike rebounded off the post. The breakthrough came with a third of the game to play. Route 1 from Chester keeper Alex Lynch. His opposite number Magnus Norman was caught in no man's land as Evan Hallward lobbed the ball over him. That's Hallward's first goal in 101 matches. Priest's players responded and were unlucky not to equalise when Liam Hines saw his shot cannon back off the crossbar. They say fortune doesn't favour the teams at the bottom of the table. The home fans were certainly feeling hard done by when Jim Stevenson struck the woodwork again. 1 goal enough for Chester, no wins in 6 for Southport.
It's one shank clearance that, you know, Mags has not made a decision. If he had made a decision, I don't think the lad would have scored, and we're in a position where we can't make those mistakes. But the actual performance again was good, but you know, that doesn't get you points. We need to get points quick.
Maidstone boss Jay Saunders extended his contract in the week, a great show of faith from the club board despite a difficult first season in the 5th tier. Saunders' side faced a Braintree team who had lost just 1 of their last 5 at home, but they don't score many at Cressing Road, just 16 for the season. Jack Midson had the best chance of the first half, but he smashed his shot well over after Maidstone keeper Lee Worgan had saved a header from Ian Gale. Hakan Hayrettin's side could have been awarded a penalty in the second half when Kevin Locko appeared to bundle over Michael Cheek in the box, but the incident escaped the attention of the officials. Braintree remain 4 points clear of the relegation places. Maidstone stay in the bottom 4 on goal difference.
With Tranmere Rovers in FA Trophy action over the weekend, Forest Green took advantage and moved into 3rd place. Aldershot keep their playoff hopes alive as they sit 6th, and Chester are back in the top half again after their away win over Southport. Andy Priest's side are joined in the bottom 4 by Maidstone United, York City and North Ferriby. But 1 game is enough to change the complexion of the relegation places, with Woking, Guiseley and Torquay hovering dangerously above the drop zone. Just before we go, we're at the Diva Stadium this Friday for a North West derby as promotion chasers Tranmere Rovers make the 15-mile trip to take on rivals Chester. And it's all exclusively live from 7:15 on BT Sport 2, and you can watch on our glorious 4K UHD channel. That's all we've got time for this week. Don't forget you can watch all of our highlight shows back on our dedicated YouTube channel, and it's for free. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.
Look the part, play the part. Yakko sponsors Vanarama National League on BT Sport.